listening to the Life Edit Project podcast, where busy, ambitious high achievers get the tools they need to fight overwhelm and overthinking with balance, self-mastery, and a positive mindset. I'm your host, Elizabeth Burrows. I'm serving up bite-sized truth bombs in a judgment-free zone based on my perspective as a life coach, wife, mom, and recovering overachiever. We keep it real over here, which usually means some combination of insightful, entertaining, and a hot mess express. So, if you're looking for perfection, look elsewhere. But if you're still with me, let's dig into this week's episode. What's up, everybody? I want to talk a little bit about what it means to have a balanced life. And I want to debunk this idea that having a balanced life means that everything in your life is getting equal attention. Balanced does not mean equal. That is what we're talking about today. If you are new to joining me, welcome. My name is Elizabeth Burrows, and I am the founder here of the Life Edit Project. I am a life coach, I'm a productivity coach, and I work with busy high achievers, helping them to create balance in any area of their lives and within themselves, because balance is an inside job. So let's talk about this idea of balance not meaning equal. So maybe sometime last week I went live and I had another conversation with you all about like how to identify balance and how to recognize a state of balance when you achieve it. And I talked about the 3 characteristics of balance. Today, I want to kind of debunk a myth about balance, which is that when people are trying to create balance, they are often trying to, by default, make things equal or give things equal attention or give things equal priority within their lives. But that is not how balance works. So let me give you an example. So I'm the kind of person that when I am, like when I go grocery shopping or when I'm carrying groceries inside the house, I like to do it in as few trips from the car to the front door as possible. That's me. And my husband is always like, he'll see me with like armfuls of groceries. And he's like, you can take more than one trip. And I'm like, I don't want to though. So I'm going to try to load my arms up. So anyways, so I am like a master at balancing the groceries in my arms by arranging the bags in the most balanced way. And when I do that, what I'm not doing is I'm putting 4 bags in this hand and 4 bags in the other hand, and then I go. That's not how that works. When I am balancing the groceries in my hand so that I can make a trip from the car to the front door, and we have quite a long walkway to go, I am giving careful attention to the contents of each bag, to the weight of each bag, to the types of containers that are in each bag, to the shapes and orientations, whether or not the things are made out of cardboard or plastic or glass, right? Because all of that affects how well I'm able to balance and carry things. And not just that, the contents of the bags that I'm carrying will also, it will impact how careful I need to be, right? How tender I need to be as I carry things, right? And the more careful I have to be, the more considerate I am of how many bags I'm loading up on my arms at a time, right? So here, let me give you an even better example, like a more detailed example. So when I'm doing this in real life, that might mean I've got a bag that has a giant box of baking soda in there and some cooking spray, and I'm also going to look for something that's really lightweight, like maybe a bag of crackers, right? Because that gets more bags in that hand without adding more weight. And the baking soda is heavy, right? Versus if I am grabbing the bag that has the eggs in it. And we buy eggs in cartons of 18 over here because a dozen just ain't enough, right? So if I'm grabbing the carton of 18 eggs, it's not light, but it's also not heavy, but it is super fragile, right? So I might load up my arm that has the eggs in it with other lightweight things that will not break or damage the eggs, right? So I might have 6 super lightweight bags in my arm that's carrying the eggs, and I might have 3 heavier weight bags in the other. They're not at all equal, but I will be balanced, right? And here's why this matters. So when I am careful to balance what I'm carrying in each arm, one, when I'm more balanced, I'm able to walk further. 2, when I'm more balanced, I'm able to carry more, right? And 3, I'm able to make it from my car to the front door without falling, without dropping something, without damaging the things that I'm carrying. And balance works that same way within our lives. When we are careful and mindful to balance the things that we are carrying in whatever areas of our life, right? So if you've got 2 hands, and let's say this is your personal life and this one is your professional life, right? If you are balancing the things between your 2 hands, you are able to stay upright longer. You are able to go forward in your life without damaging your personal relationships, without damaging your professional relationships. You are able to take on more, right? You're able to handle more of the chaos that's going to happen when life starts lifing in your personal life. You're going to be able to handle more projects and more responsibility in your professional life if it's balanced, right? And ultimately, the more balanced you are, the more sustainable your life is. And this is why balance matters. And so it's not about looking for ways to give equal attention, equal time, equal airspace, or whatever to the different things in your life or to the different areas of your life. It's about instead looking for equilibrium. So balanced does not mean equal, but it does mean finding the equilibrium. Such an important distinction. When I'm carrying arms full of groceries to my front door, if I've got an equilibrium, it might mean that one arm that has a bunch of heavier bags, I'm holding it up higher, right? So that it's not dragging on the ground. Or it might mean that if the contents are more delicate and more fragile, I might be holding it closer to my body so that it's not swinging wildly about, right? So that I'm not damaging the things that are inside. This is super important because when you don't look for equilibrium in your life, any type of change in the path that you're walking on can unsteady you. So in my walk from the car to the front door, if I have not found my equilibrium and I'm walking the path from my car to my front door and I step wrong on a crack in the sidewalk, I could drop something or I could lose my footing. And if I'm already not in equilibrium, I might tip over, right? So equilibrium is what helps us be able to withstand the jolts and the shifts and the changes that come with regular life. Because there's no such thing as a perfectly smooth path through life, right? Life is gonna life. It doesn't matter how awesome your life is. It doesn't matter how talented you are. It doesn't matter how smart you are. It doesn't matter whether you're married or single, whether you're a parent or not. It doesn't matter how much you've planned or how good you are at improvising. Life is gonna life. And when life throws changes and shifts your way, you need your equilibrium to be able to stay upright. And this is why balance and equilibrium is so important. And it's one of the reasons why I am so adamant about helping my clients not just create balance, but maintain it wherever they need it in their lives. So good. And we know this like intuitively with some areas. So if I were to tell you that you need to eat a balanced meal, you're not automatically thinking, okay, that means if I've got 3 things on my plate, I need equal parts of this chicken and equal parts of these veggies and equal parts of this rice, right? That's not what a balanced meal means. A balanced meal means you're getting enough of each thing that you need according to the needs of your body, right? So if you are carb loading, that might mean you give yourself a healthier portion of rice or potatoes or whatever, right? But if you are, let's say, dieting and you've already had your carbs for the day, you might need, more protein and double the veggies, and maybe you skip the rice altogether, right? Balance does not mean equal. It means finding your equilibrium based on what you're trying to accomplish. So important. And this is another reason why balance does not look the same across all areas of your life at all times. This is another reason why I told you in my last video that balance is dynamic. It has to shift. It means being responsive because it's not all one thing. Not ever. So that's really all I have for y'all today. I just wanted to pop on here and just talk about the difference between equal versus equilibrium. Super important concept when we're talking about balance. Y'all know the deal. If you've got any questions, you can drop them in the comments to this video. And of course, my DMs are always open. And if you want a chance to continue this work to be supported in creating and maintaining balance in any area of your life, I am here for you. You can tap the link that is in my bio to book a free sales call with me to talk about one-on-one coaching. I would be more than happy to hop on a call and talk about what is in balance or out of balance in your life and to create a customized plan to help you get into a balance that you can sustain over the long term and to help you build the tools that you need to be able to find balance no matter what life throws your way. So just tap the link that's in my bio. If you want to book a call like that with me, I would love to chat with you. Otherwise, that's it for today, y'all. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of the Life Edit Project podcast. I'd love to hear what your favorite moment or key takeaway was from this conversation. You can send me a message on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter to let me know. My handle is @LifeEditProject, all one word, in all the places. My social media is linked up in the show notes to make it easy for you. Holla at your girl. I'll be back next week with another episode. In the meantime, don't just stay busy with the life you have, get busy creating the life you want.